the subliminals. Like, you know, y'all have my number. If you want my number, I will gladly give it to you. My DMs are open. You follow me. You follow me on Instagram. If you have something to say,
yeah, we could
talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, me, I've never been scared to say what's on my mind.
You are. Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of Clear the Air. Clear the Air is produced by me and also my co-producer Chris Hunter. We decided to make this series so, you know, not controversial, but some controversy can be, you know, concluded. So Miss Dominique Taylor.
Hi. Hi everybody.
You know, when people say your name, what you think they really think though? Like when you hear Dominique Taylor, what do you think goes in people's minds?
Probably Twitter. Twitter, and I really don't know. It's probably just a plethora of things like campaigning, probably SGA, yeah, and just, I don't know, being myself. I don't really, people have created their own opinions outside any my control, so. You know.
So when you talk about Twitter, freshman Dominique, she's never changed, but you have gotten better. But freshman Dominique was very controversial. Do you remember the tweet that you tweeted that had all the girls ready to tussle?
I think I do remember, like, the main one I do remember. I was arguing with some upperclassmen because me and Macy in the same class, we were getting some DMs from some party promoters asking us if we wanted to be on a party flyer, like, a whole year before we got to Southern. Like, when you put Southern in your bio, they DM you. So they was attacking us like, oh yeah, y'all priorities messed up, y'all partying before y'all even get here, blah, blah. I'm like, y'all DM us. Like, what are you saying?
I don't even party.
So I was the one to get on there and say something, and I think I called them a couple names, and they didn't like that. So yeah, I had to work on my delivery.
So looking back, do you regret the tweet? Do you feel like it was overboard coming in as a freshman?
That particular tweet, it said something about being dumb and pressed. So that part I regret, like just the way I said it or whatever. But I was young, didn't really know any better, just coming into college and didn't really know the people personally. So I didn't have no regard for like their feelings, I guess. So I regret the mean words, but I definitely still would have said like, y'all jumping down our necks for something that we're not responsible for.
So think about Miss Freshman. You were Miss Freshman. Give her a round of applause. You were Miss Freshman 2019 through 2020. What made you want to run for Miss Freshman?
Actually, what made me want to run was my senior year, Darby Smith and Anthony Kinney's court. They came to my high school to recruit. So that's the first time I saw like the whole court. So I met everybody that was on their court, and I got connected with them personally through one of the administrators. She's not here at Southern, or at our school anymore. And so yeah, I decided then, and then I kept up with it, and when I got to Southern, I just kind of took off with it.
So were you expecting a win? Because not to, tussle anything, but that campaign was very messy. And it wasn't even you and the other candidates. It was more of the student body and also campaign teams. So were you expecting to win Miss Freshman?
Not at all, honestly. I came in knowing a lot of people, and of course a lot of people knew me from Twitter, so I thought that was going to have like a negative effect. But the funny part is, when I was on Twitter going back and forth with, we became close, and I still talk to those people to this day. So, but it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't us, it was the outside people. And I think that sometimes at our school, when somebody from Louisiana runs, they underestimate
they feel like people. A queen needs to be from Louisiana.
Right.
I actually saw that on Twitter back in the day. Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of people were gatekeeping. They were gatekeeping the good graphic designers, the good people to use. So I took one picture. I had one picture from the side. If you were here, you remember it. The Lion King.
You ran with that picture, baby.
Yeah.
And I put this on everything.
Yeah, and I made that flyer on my phone that year.
Oh.
Yes, all of my flyers I made on my phone with like a Pixar app.
That was crazy.
So yeah, my platform, that I just put it all on one picture, child. It was like, we can't even see her face. I'm like, you're gonna pay for me to get some more stuff, or?
It's like, you see your side, girl. We need the whole front. I said, y'all know how this girl looks. Stop it. Let's not be petty.
Right. So So when the pageant came along and the week started progressing,
Ooh, the pageant.
It was a lot of drama from the outside. Like people,
I remember.
I know we're not name dropping, but y'all know who I ran against. We're still close to this day. We actually are cool. Like once we talked after that, we stayed cool. Of course, we were. It was never any beef between us, like you said, but it was just people saying stuff, and that was up to us to believe it or not. So we're still really cool. And people were saying that she tried to fight me and that she was doing all this stuff to me, and I'm like, that's not even true. So we got together outside of the tents, outside the union, and we literally like danced together on video to
everybody was like, ooh, that's fake. I was like, is it really fake?
It wasn't fake.
I don't think it was fake. I just feel like y'all wanted beef and they didn't give it to y'all because they were classy.
And we were just clearing the air. Like, it wasn't nothing to be.
So when you did win, you know, your posters weren't up. As soon as they said Dominique Taylor won this freshman, them posters was in the ditch. So what was your reaction when you was like, why are my posters in the water floating?
It was just a little much, you know? Like, it was a big 6-foot banner, so you had to be pretty angry to snatch it off the zip ties.
I'm taking this now.
Like, to snatch it down off of like, it was zip tied onto a gate. So to rip that off and throw it, it's a banner, and it was heavy. It wasn't like cheap or like, you know, flimsy. It wasn't a piece of paper. To like, with all your might, rip that down and throw it over the bridge is just a little much. But I already won, so what was I gonna do with it anyway? I had 3 of them, so I was like, okay, girl.
She said, y'all can take everything.
Right. And it's probably still down there to this day.
Nobody got it? No. Oh, you can't get it. Who's gonna go down there?
I'm not fishing that thing out of there, so it's there.
So overall, did you enjoy being Miss Freshman?
I enjoyed it. It had its challenges because I came in with like a lot of social anxiety. So when I got on court, a lot of stuff happened that I just played too much into drama that you don't even know exists until somebody tells you. So yeah, but besides that, I definitely had a good time on court. So
before we go into Miss Southern, running for Miss Southern. At the pageant, they asked you the question of what's something that, you know, people don't know about you, and you said domestic violence. So was that between your freshman reign and this current campaign season?
Yeah, that happened in August of 2021. My father put his hands on me, and it's a very bad and traumatizing experience, but, you know, I take it as a blessing to even still be alive, so... You know, when you said domestic violence, I don't know why I thought it was a relationship going on.
So it was your father. Was there a reason? First of all, there's no, you know, clarifying why somebody put their hands on somebody. But was there anything going before he put his hands on you that might have triggered something?
My dad has always been very hot-headed and very irrational about a lot of stuff. Like, even regular people, if you're talking to him, having a conversation, if you disagree with him, he's screaming and yelling. So we were arguing about my little brother. He's a junior in high school. We're 5 years apart, so when I graduate, he'll graduate. So he's trying to choose a school to play baseball at, and we were having an argument. It got heated. Next thing you know, he was calling me all types of names. He was calling me a wannabe. He was calling me ungrateful. He was calling me a B word, an H word, all the things in the book. So, yeah. And to me, it was just like, ungrateful for what? Like, you've never, if we being real, I'm only around to be with my siblings. So, you've never done anything for me, literally. Like, at all. All the stuff you see, you have no responsibility for it. So, for you to call me ungrateful, it was just like, or a wannabe.
Yeah, don't do that.
Wannabe what? Like,
don't do that.
Right. You didn't even go to college or like succeed at really anything you did in life. So it's kind of like, you don't, who are you to call me?
I wannabe.
Wannabe what? You want to be in college. You want to be successful and you're not. So yeah, it escalated from there. Yeah, it escalated from there, and I just got tired of letting him just talk down to me. So yeah, I tried to get in my car and leave, and he like
grabbed me.
Yeah, I have a mark on my chest from like, he threw my shirt, like grabbed me, and his nail like went into my chest, and like he pulled my hair, he slapped me with an open hand, he choked me, pinned me against the car. It was a lot.
So I don't want to really open it up, but how has your healing process been since then?
Honestly, it was hard. Like at first, coming back to school, that was the weekend of Hurricane Ida. So literally like an hour before the hurricane came, that's when it happened. So coming back to school, I really was unmotivated. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to do anything. I was just like.
So is that why we haven't seen you for real since?
I mean, sort of. Okay. Like junior year, I took off anyway to get to know myself and to like, you know, just. I feel like SGA can be a lot, and a lot of from outside looking in, it looks easy, but it's just it's draining. It's a lot of like to constantly trying to keep up with. So I took off because I've never been in school as a regular student. Mm-hmm. So
you want to get that experience,
right? And until COVID, that one football game we had at home, I had never been to a football game like without being
on court
or a cheerleader or there for a reason. I was always like doing something. Mm-hmm. So that was my first football game, like sitting in the crowd as a student. You know, these positions people vie for, like they dictate their lives and like they just do so much to get in these positions, and it's like when they don't realize who they are, they don't know who they are, they don't know their personality outside of SGA, and I didn't want to be like that anymore. I wanted to know Dominique and be Dominique for myself.
They make it their identity, basically.
Right.
So let's talk about Dominique Taylor, Miss Hunger Games herself. Oh, what made you want to run for that position?
Honestly, I had a really good, just on top of being on court freshman year and having that experience and just being in SGA the year after that, I just had a love for the students, even though like the Twitter thing, people always bring that up, but that's like, you're just bored.
Do you feel like they're holding that against you?
For what? Because I feel like that's really all they can say. You don't have anything else on me that you can really say. You can just say, oh, she was rowdy on Twitter. Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Like, what else? Let's talk about something else.
So when you dropped your graphics, I said Dominique is coming for y'all next. Because when I seen your graphics, first of all, who made the theme the Hunger Games?
Me and my campaign team, we talked about it. Like I said, I did a live during campaign week and I explained it. And I was like, I basically wanted to do something else at first, which was like Princess Diaries or something like.
Oh, that's cute. I never seen that before either.
It was something that had never been done, but I feel like Southern, like I said, is tired of seeing the princessy thing. Like they want to see something new, like something, you know, something that brings like a different look, a different flavor to the campus. Let's do Hunger Games, and I was like, I thought of that theme, but I didn't know if it was going to come off positive, because you know the movie is about like
killing people and stuff.
Going to fight for your life. So I was like, how can we spin that to make it positive, to make it queenly? And if you look at Katniss, she really is a leader.
In the review, your bag got stolen.
Yeah.
Was it right before the first act, like, or was? Because you know I seen you practicing. Was it before that?
Yeah, it was before that, and I don't think you probably realized I was like on the phone, maybe walking by. I was trying not to cry in front of everybody, but for Pretty Wednesday we had to park. They had blocked off the union, in front of the union, so we had to unload my car from the side and walk it all the way to where my spot was. So my car ended up staying there because there was too much traffic to move it. So I don't know who had my keys last, or if they locked it or what, but all I know is my makeup bag with the bag with all my makeup in it, my hair stuff, everything beauty-wise was missing, but nothing else was missing. Like,
do you think it was for sabotage?
God sees all, huh?
That's a comment. So one of the candidates actually spoke, and you know, she congratulated the other two winners, but she said, you know, you, without saying your name, God sees all. What do you think God was seeing?
I think God saw who and how my bag came up missing, and I didn't say any names when I made that post, because after the pageant was over, I made a post that said, whoever took my bag, blah 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 blah, God sees all. So for you to be the only person to repeat it, it just looked, you know, a hit dog or holler, like they were saying on Twitter. Yeah. So it's like, I didn't call anybody out. I didn't say that you did or you didn't, but the fact that you were the only person out of the four who brought that comment up, it just looked guilty. And then everybody on Twitter who associates with that person was bringing it up too. And I'm like, let's not with the subliminals. Like, you know, y'all have my number. If you want my number, I will gladly give it to you. My DMs are open. You follow me. You follow me on Instagram. If you have something to say,
yeah, we could
talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, me, I've never been scared to say what's on my mind.
You aren't. You aren't.
So if you have a problem, we can talk about it. If you think that this is directed towards you, I can tell you if it is or not. It's no problem. But to get on Twitter and to do all that, it just made it so ugly. And it's like, I don't know who did it. All I know is somehow my bag ended up at the police station.
Well, thank God it was found.
Right, because that was a lot of some expensive stuff. At least $100 worth of just foundation in the bag.
So you had a backup for the pageant? Yeah, no. So you just went out there freestyle what you had and oh, let's give her a handcuff for that.
Thank you. Same makeup from Pretty Wednesday that I did myself that morning. Same hair, everything. People, and it's crazy because the other two candidates that were congratulated in that tweet helped me. Like, they gave me curling irons. Brianna, love her to death. Everybody knows I love Brianna. Gave me the number to her makeup artist if I wanted to. She was coming, so she was like,
we love Brianna.
Yeah, like they helped me. So I didn't say who did what. I just know what happened. And then, like, other stuff came out and people were sending me messages saying, oh, I'm part of this person's team, but I'm not a part of what them cutting down your signs. Like, what do you want me to believe? I'm just.
Do you think your team was playing sneaky behind your back?
I don't know what they were doing.
Because even freshman year, both teams was kind of being sneaky.
I feel like people want who they want. We all had a team of 10 people. So the 10 people I put on paper, I know for a fact that they weren't doing anything. Now my supporters outside of those 10 people that we were required to put on the paper, I don't know. Now if they didn't want you to win and they snatched down your posters, I'm sorry, but I had nothing to do with
so
that.
So technically, it wasn't your legalized team. It was more of the supporters in the chat.
And I don't even know if that is. I'm just saying, I know that the 10 people I put on paper didn't. But if anybody else did, like I said, people on campus have their opinions about who they want to win as well. So even if, like, it could have been the same vice versa for whoever's team doing stuff to me. Not somebody who was in their trusted 10, but they support her and not me, so they wanted her to win. So I mean, I can't really, like I said, I don't know who did what. So
yeah, we can't put any names.
Right. So
no allegations.
All I know is I prided myself in being clean. I didn't get any sanctions. I didn't get in trouble the whole week. I don't know if people reported stuff, but I had a smooth week. So like, none of it was proven to be fact. And hey, it is what it is.
So fast forward to the results. Were you expecting the outcome of, you losing?
Honestly, Wednesday I did kind of give up. Like, I will admit that. After my bag went missing, I was like in tears. I was like, you know what? Just let them have it. I don't want to do it anymore. I kind of just had to tough it out just because the pageant was like the biggest thing. So I wanted to give it my all. I wanted everybody who, I talked to after who found out about my bag missing, they were like, oh, couldn't even tell or whatever. Like, I made sure of that, but I was so exhausted and like felt so defeated that Thursday morning. I didn't even want to get out the bed. I was just like, you know what?
Yeah.
And like low-key in my head, I was talking to God. I was like, God, just, if this is what this takes, like, I don't want it. Like, if y'all go this low and just this, elections get dirty all the time, but my bag, like, that's like I said, $500, yes, worth of stuff, and you touched my vehicle and went inside of my car and got my stuff. Like, come on now, like, if it takes all that, you can have it. Like, here you go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad about the results at all. Like, I didn't lose by much, and it's not like I don't feel cheated. I don't feel like it's rigged or what everybody be saying. I don't feel like none of that. I feel like it was fair, and I feel like Brianna did amazing, and she deserves that spot.
Yeah, because I seen on Twitter, you was like, if it wasn't you Miss Brianna.
Because, like, just like me and you, we came in together. So, if she, like I said, genuinely, if it wasn't me, I wanted it to be her. Because we have been talking the same amount of time. Me and you have been talking. We had a group chat senior year before we even got to Southern. Yeah, so why would I watched Brianna do all of her stuff from the side, like, cause I was coming up next. So it's like, who am I to hate on her? Like, that's not even in my character to be a hater. Like, I think Brianna's gonna be an amazing Miss Southern, and I can't wait to see it. Like, for real.
I think she's gonna be a beautiful Miss Southern also.
Yeah, and I don't really want it anymore.
Miss Put It On, you guys. Not her got your own Ego magazine coverage. Was you expecting this coverage?
Yeah, I actually got a DM one day out of the blue. They were like, hey, we just wanted to ask you if you'd like to model for our magazine. We're trying to bring it back, and our team considers you Miss Put It On. So I was like, okay. They were like, can you put an outfit together to do a photo shoot? And I did it. So it was very nice, very professional, and it actually came out pretty Wednesday.
I remember.
Campaign week, yeah.
I was like, this is free campaigning for you. So before we wrap the segment up, what are some things that you think people think of you that you would like to clear up right now?
Mainly, I did not touch, or I'm not responsible for any damage due to anybody else's stuff. I can't speak for anybody else, but my family and I did not get sponsors to help with my campaign. We came out of pocket for everything. And that's a nice, pretty little penny.
Yeah, so as bag, baby.
So as
can I be part of the family?
So as somebody who spent that much and invested that much in all of the stuff I got, why would I put my hands on somebody else's stuff or orchestrate that for that to be done to somebody else's stuff? Even freshman year, that same thing. We came out of pocket. We did not have sponsors. Me and the other team had a conversation. I said, as long as y'all keep y'all hands off mine, we are fine. I'm not, if it happens to yours, it was not me. I'm telling you now. I don't play about my belongings. You know what I'm saying?
So why would I play with yours?
Exactly. I don't have a reason to want to play with yours. It's a competition. That's what we're here for. That's what you signed up for. So, and then snatching down somebody's poster is not going to help you win. Like, it's not. Like,
we still see you on social media and everywhere else.
Exactly. Like, come on now. What is that doing? What they gonna say? Oh, her poster on the floor. I'm not voting for her. Like, come on. What sense does that make? So basically, that's the only thing I want to clear up. Anything else? I'm fine. Like, I'm good with it. Yeah. Like I said, I took junior year off to find myself. Found myself. I'm happy with myself.
And you back
or not? Yes.
Dominique Taylor's back to the club.
I'm fine. Yeah. So
this was actually a really wonderful campaign.
Can
we give her one last round of applause? Thank you so much for being my first guest on Clear the Air. I definitely feel like you had some air to clear.
Oof, girl.
So thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you send me some people that you would like to have on this seat on Clear the Air, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.